hard to be brave.
I got a brave heart, I ain't scared of you, boy, I got a brave heart. I work hard every day so I can play hard. I go hard every day into the graveyard and keep a brave heart. Boy, I got a brave heart, I ain't scared of you, no, I got a brave heart. I work hard every day so I can play hard. I go hard every day into the graveyard.
Morning traders, this is Rich with Breathingwiththemarkets.com. Today is November 25th, 2025. Happy early Thanksgiving. I wish all of you well. Everyone, absolutely everyone. I wish you all well and I hope you have a great Thanksgiving holiday. Keep your head up, keep your chin up, and look forward to 2026. So I want to talk about noise. What is noise? How come all of these trading gurus talk about noise? What's the definition of noise? Look it up yourself. I don't want to waste my time, right? Because noise is bullshit, right? It's just another excuse that they cannot trade on a lower time frame because of noise, right? What is noise? What do they mean by noise? So whenever somebody or a podcast is actually interviewing someone and they get in, well, I don't go to the lower time frame because there's too much noise. And then they go, yeah, I understand that. Yeah, that's what a lot of traders say. The lower the time frame, the more noise you have. But they don't follow up. So the podcasts and the interviews are only as good as what? The investigator? The one that's actually questioning, right? And it's a free pass. Every time they ask a question, they don't follow up. They don't follow up. They just continue to ask for their opinion. And then you guys believe it. Do you actually believe it? Think about it. When you watch these podcasts and they ask questions, they don't have follow-up questions and to pin them down and say, well, tell me what that looks like. What does that noise look like to you? And then continue to pry that trader information that's going to help out traders that are watching the podcast. Because there's not any fucking noise on a lower time frame. The candles are faster. The patterns are faster. You're gonna lose or win faster, right? That's not called noise. If you don't know what you're doing, then you can't go down to lower time frames. The daily time frames, the 4-hour time frames like Sleepy Joe. Come on now. Sit back and relax and enjoy your favorite drink. They don't call that noise? Think about it. You have to wait for a daily candle? You gotta wait for a 4-hour candle? Is that trading to you? Remember I said volume and hit rate. Volume and hit rate is the indicator of whether or not you understand how to trade. Seek volume and seek hit rate. Demand that they show you a hit rate. If you can trade on a 4-hour chart and you think that you understand the market, go down. Show it. Go down. Test yourself. Don't go down and get your ass handed to you and say, oh, there's too much noise down there. That's an excuse. You're going to allow these gurus, influencers, and all of these people to come up with excuses as to why they cannot trade on lower time frames? Because they say it's noise, the illusory truth effect, that somebody starts this rumor, somebody starts this BS, somebody starts this word salad, then all of a sudden it becomes truthful? Think about it. If you can't compound, then say you can't compound. On a lower time frame, that's what you're doing. What's more valuable? Compounding or investing? Separate the two in your own terms. Right? If you can repeat something over and over again, isn't that better? If you can do it with a high probability, isn't that stronger? It's for you to decide. But if you can't figure that out, then maybe trading's not for you. My point of this video is quit coming up with excuses as to why you can't trade. Market's too hot, not enough liquidity, too much noise down there. Everything and all of these excuses just to make who feel better? Yourself. How about level up? I need a skill. My skill sucks. I need a better skill. I need a true mentor. I need a mentor with a skill. I need a mentor that can show me the way. I need a mentor that can show me how to fish for my family. I need a mentor to show me how to lead and teach me how to lead versus follow. Because as you continue to follow all of these fake gurus and people that just use one word to discredit an entire time frame is fucking ridiculous. Yeah, excuse my French. But if you can't keep it real and you just want to hear words, I'm not going to sit here and give you word salad all day long. It is a passion, and right from wrong, facts from opinions. Right? We as traders, we're not going to be right every time, but don't think that a strategy or an event or an edge or a trading style, you can't be right, having the right direction at all times. Yes, you can have the right direction at all times. That's the key to true trading. Having the direction at all times. Understanding the direction. Right? Then we go into probabilities. Right? Because if you don't even have the direction right in trading, your probabilities are way down. Don't look at the money. Why you look at a P&L? Look at the hit rate and volume. How many trades did it take you to get to that hit rate? 1? 5? Someone's gonna get on here and say, oh, yeah, I had a 100% hit rate today. I took 5 trades. 5 trades on what? Minute chart, right? 5 trades, it's okay, right? It's okay. Came out green, it's okay. And then coming out red, right? We have to give credit, right? But don't brag about, or not, no one says anyone's bragging, but when they're showing their P&L all the time and they're sucking you in because of their P&L isn't shit, man. It's not. That's the end result of something, and the key word is something. That's not the end result of something that's good. That could be the end result of something bad, something illegal, right? Something not with a high probability. When you can have returns and hit rates, even if you lose, say you lost today, say you were red today, and you had a couple hundred trades, and your hit rate was 60%. Let's just say 60%. Why are you going to get down on yourself? I'm not saying I would like to have a 60% hit rate, but that could be good for some, right? But I wouldn't stop there and brag about you having a 60% hit rate, because that's not bragging territory, and you shouldn't brag anyways. The facts are the facts, right? You should want to become better and better and better each and every day. Doesn't matter where you're at, just become better than you were yesterday. Become more knowledgeable than you were last week, right? And how do you get that knowledge? And how do you get better each and every day? Is applying knowledge that you've learned. Applying the appropriate knowledge that you learned. Not thinking that you can go out and take this information and then all of a sudden start teaching someone. Not thinking that you have the world by the tail and you found the Holy Grail. You have to apply the knowledge. You have to prove to yourself. Nobody else. Just to yourself. Not your family. This is an individual sport. Not to be hard on the individual who is trying to make it, who is trying their best. But maybe their best is getting in the way because of money. Let's check out a chart. Here we are in Quantower, right? Let's go over the stats on this. So here's the stats from this one account here, okay? So the total today on that one account was $4,927. Commission and fees is $427.50. Not bad, actually, not bad. And the total amount was $4,499.50 net on that account. 816 executions on that account. 696 winning trades, 111 losing trades, 9 scratched. Okay, hit rate versus volume. Hit rate. So volume out of 816 executions on this account, scalping the hell out of the market, 85.29% hit rate. That's right, 85.29% hit rate out of 816 trades just on this one account, right? So let's go back, Quantower, and here we are. So I wasn't able to trade the open and came back. And about 9:40 in the morning, I started to hit it and was smothering the hell out of it. And look at, so in this entire area, like I've said before, and I'll say it again, how many traders were going short right here? We're gonna look to our right. If I can grab these. Okay, so right in this area, because what do we have? We have resistance coming up, right? I keep telling you, support and resistance sucks. If you think that you're going to take support and resistance and then all of a sudden you're going to manage your trade around that, you're gambling, you're guessing, right? You are guessing, right? So I was hitting this thing long the entire time. Long, 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 long. Came back down here, stacked it long. I mean, this is solid. Hit it long all the way through here. Okay, 816 executions.
Bruh, look at this dude.
816 executions with an 85.29% hit rate. If you think that's noise, then stay off the chart because you can't trade it, right? It's not noise, it's called trading. This is actually trading in the market. This is trading, right? Scalpers. I believe scalpers are the highest skilled traders around. I believe it. Right? They know where they're at in the market, or they should know where they're at in the market. Just because you say you're a scalper doesn't mean you know how to trade, right? You got to do volume and hit rate. Volume and hit rate. Anybody can throw something on the account and go for a win vol trade and then say, look, I made 20 grand today. How did you make that? Just because you had one windfall trade or one trade that went in your direction, and say you were in a position that you should have been in that position, right? You were flowing with the market, you understood the market, you understood where the market was headed and all of this stuff, and you had a good position. But can you repeat that, right? Can you repeat that over and over and over again? And if so, show it, right? Show it. Don't sit there and brag about how much money you have in the bank or what vehicle you're going to buy next when you have affiliates out there giving you gazillions of dollars, right? How many people are signed up with affiliates or prop firms and have contractual agreements with them? They may not necessarily even know how to trade that much or that often or that well, right? But it's a business contractual agreement. We can all agree, right? We can all agree upon that. Just because you're an affiliate doesn't mean you know how to trade, correct? I mean, let's just use some logic here, right? So on this, let me remove these drawings here. So on this, we have 800 and something trades, 816 trades in here, man. Look at this. Smacking the hell out of the market. This is called smacking the market, breathing with the market, right? Breathing with the market. Look at this. Smacking the hell out of it, riding it, smoking it like a cheap cigar. Look at this. Right? A stick of dynamite with a 12-inch fuse, right? That's scalping. That's scalping to me. That's scalping to me, right? 816 trades with an 85.29% hit rate on that account. So, like I said, if you go and blow an account and you are scalping the hell out of the market like this, are you bound to lose an account? Of course, of course. So, get your mind off of the obvious and start to hone in on the not so obvious, because people and traders always throw out words, noise on the lower time frames. If you can trade a 4-hour chart and you think you can trade a 4-hour chart and you think you know you have a system, well, that system can work on the 15-minute, the 10-minute, the 5-minute, and the 1-minute. Don't let anybody fool you, okay? The market has an algorithm. Bottom line, it would move. If there was nobody in the market would move. If nobody decided to buy or sell today or tomorrow, the market would still move. Why do you see some of the biggest moves overnight? Why? You mean to tell me that the majority of people trade during the Asia and London sessions? Why? You mean to tell me that people are trading the first minute where there's gap ups or gaps downs, the first second of the trading day or the following day? I mean, you gotta use logic. Quit following these people that want to pretend that they know what they're talking about in the market, using all of these big words to lure you in, like, ooh, what is that? You know, what's a fair value gap? Oh, I've never heard of that. What is that? What is a fair value gap? What's a PD array? What about that liquidity? Where's that at? Who's over there? Price is coming all the way down, 1,200 ticks, 300 points, and you mean to tell me somebody has an account size on the NASDAQ on a 1-minute time frame that they're just still sitting at there at the top? as their eyes are bulging out that they're not going to get out of this trade? Now, they can have millions and millions of dollars, right? And they can be adding in their positions, but use some logic. What would a reasonable and prudent person do? What is your style, right? What is your style? Risk management starts before the execution of a trade. No, traders, I didn't have a stop loss. I don't use a stop loss. Oh, it's piss poor risk management. Why? Why is it piss poor risk management if you don't use a stop loss? I'm not encouraging you not to use a stop loss. What I am encouraging you to do is to hone in on a skill, because trading takes a skill. I didn't use a stop loss in here. The mentees know I don't use a stop loss. They see me trade. I was with the mentee yesterday talking about the market. We ended up going on Quant Tower. Next thing you know, I'm starting to trade because I'm looking at the chart, and yeah, profitable. But the whole point is, you know, what the hell, right? What the hell? It's crazy. That's at 4,500. I was gonna start to hit. I was fixing to hit, man. I was fixing to hit, but I can't hit. I'm at $4,500 already. So, like I said, I got to get out of this chart. I got to get out of the chart. But each and every day, trading takes a skill set. Nobody's explaining that. They just think you need an edge. What is an edge? A higher probability of winning versus losing? That's screwed up. That is messed up. Think about what they say and how they speak. And if you're looking for some professional speaker, run. If you're looking for this guy that thinks he's the most knowledgeable person with all of the word salad, run. Look at a skill. A skill you don't have to jump on here and use all these big words. It's volume and hit rate. It speaks for itself. You can identify it on the chart. It's in front of us. You can identify it here on the chart. This is not manipulation. This is objective, right? This is showing you and the community trades. And then you look at performance. Will you ever blow an account? Yes. Will you ever have a bad day? Yes. No one's perfect. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. But we can be our best. Don't try to be the best. Be your best. Be your best forever, and make sure that you work on yourself each and every day, no matter what it is. But a skill, look at this. It looks like as if my entries are moving the market, and they're not. Thought I'd throw that in there, right? And they're not. The market's going to move that direction anyways, regardless of how many bulls and bears are in the market. The market's moving. This is an algorithm. I understand the algorithm. I understand it. I'm not on a timeline with it, but I understand it. The market cannot fake you out if you understand and you gain a skill in the market, no matter where you're at, what you're doing, when you trade or not trade. I came back and that was at 9 o'clock or 9:40 in the morning when people say, oh, you need a window to trade. You need a window to trade. No, you don't. You know what the window is? When you have a skill level and you understand where the market's going. That's the window. There is no time limit. The best time to trade in the market is when the market's open. The worst time is when the market is not open. So I made that $4,500 starting at 9:40 in the morning. And when was the last trade? The funny thing is I was doing this video, all of a sudden, so look it. So let's see, 9:39 to 10:20. What is that? 40 minutes? About 40 minutes. So 40 minutes of time, $4,500, scalping the hell out of that market. And I said, no, I'm done. And I said, no, I'm gonna hit it again. Then I left a couple minutes. I'm like, no, I'm gonna get it again. No, I'm done. No, I'm gonna get it again. So that's the issue. That is the issue of, you know, if you understand and you have a skill in the market and you see a fastball coming down and it's right in the strike zone, you're gonna take a swing, right? You're gonna take a swing. So that's what a skill is, right? That is exactly what a skill is. Whether you're fishing, whether you're fly fishing, whether you're hunting. I mean, if the fish are biting, you think, oh, I caught enough fish today, I'm gonna just go back. No, you're gonna stay there and catch the fish, right? You wanna feed the family. Why would you limit yourself to a certain time area? Now, if you have only a certain time that you can trade, that's fine. But if you have a skill level, you need to understand which side of the market you're on, how to approach that market, using objective evidence in the market. That is the only way. Objective evidence in the market. Throw the intuition hunch, just take a bounce, win more than you lose, out the window. That's the biggest bullshit I've ever heard. Have a great day. Peace, traders.